Hello and welcome to Goats and Dragons, the stream where Helpful Goat Gaming plays Dungeons and Dragons, a game of shared storytelling where I try to kill my friends. I'm Andrew Gilbert, the benevolent dictator of Helpful Goat Gaming, but tonight I'm your friendly neighborhood dungeon master. And I'm not alone. With me, as always, is the unbenevolent dictator of Helpful Goat, Galway, playing the tiefling sorcerer Charity.
You almost call me a seafling?
Nope, you did.
Hey, everybody.
Adam playing the halfling rogue Burbage Kemper.
All right, I'm seeing a pattern here. Hi, everybody.
You're a raffle now, so...
Lena playing the Goliath Gargarian Stormbringer.
Yeah, hi.
And Jay playing the Drow Elf Druid Vimeris. Did you hear I mixed up the D's on that one?
Jesus Christ.
Sure.
Oh, what fun.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm having fun.
All right. A couple quick announcements and we'll jump right in. Adam has turned us on to this enjoyable D&D podcast called Pork Fried Dice. They're awesome. They themselves seem super cool. Check them out wherever you prefer to get your podcasts. I tend to listen personally on Spotify, but you do you. You do whatever you do. Also, we are affiliate, which means that you are able to cheer and subscribe to us. And as a reminder, anyone who has Amazon Prime, you're able to subscribe to us for free through Twitch Prime, which you can get, and it's super easy to link those accounts. And thanks so much for following the channel. We really appreciate the support. If you like what you're seeing, tell your friends. Tweet us. Email is still a thing, I hear. You could do such things as that. Or so. And with that, let's begin tonight's episode of Goats and Dragons.
Dun, dun, dun. Oh, shit.
Wrong song, you asshole. Previously on Goats and Dragons, the Forlorn Mind Falls appeared to have been renamed the Emerald Falls. And a Master Kuhn spends his time ushering in pilgrims to the falls. While there's certainly some shady dealings going on with the use of emeralds in the falls, Master Kuhn seems to actually help people. The family thought they saw Meepus enter the falls and exit toward the fire on the other side. But that is fleeting, and soon they have lost track of him. The falls' memorial attributes seem to be genuine, and one by one, after bribing the guard with some money and a love potion, the members of the family step into the chilled, rushing waters and alter their memories. As they all sit together now, changed in subtle yet profound ways, the group looks up from their tea and cocoa to see military personnel approaching. They ask for Burbage Kemper, because he is being conscripted into the Gaholnian war effort. This is all because back in episode 20 of Goats and Dragons, a young Burbage Kemper signed up to vote for one Lord Braywalt. Consequences. So what is it that you would all like to do now that these armed men are standing in front of you?
What does their their demeanor seem to be? Are they just like, hey, we're looking for this guy?
They seem to know which of you is Burbage. They're just kind of staring at Burbage, awaiting him to come with them. And there's 3 of them all on horses, and there's a couple definitely lower ranked soldiers behind them a ways. And the one up front is kind of an old grizzled human male. It's got a salt and pepper beard, several scars across his face, and he is just kind of staring at you, Burbage, and holding what looks to be some sort of scroll that he's reading from.
But they're holding scrolls. It's sort of like, this isn't blades drawn.
No. Yeah.
I'm gonna kind of look around, and I'll be like, "Hey, anybody named Burbage Kemper here? Some people here for you." No, nobody? Huh. Yeah, if we see him, we'll tell him that you're looking for him for sure.
Burbage.
Give me
Wasn't that the bald dwarf?
Wait, what?
What? Oh, yeah. I'm gonna look at Vimeris and start nodding. Right? Yeah. Wait, what?
The dwarf that we saw go into the waterfall before we went through the waterfall, and he left. He was bald. Wasn't that Burbage?
Well, I'm not sure. Was he bald? I'm getting everything confused.
Outside of the dialogue, Master Kuhn was bald, but Meepus, if that's who you're trying to describe, still had his hair.
I get those two confused.
As a question, was Master Kuhn human?
Probably, yeah. Very similar to human, if not.
Okay, what is Meepus's hair?
Meepus has like short, kind of messy, dark red hair.
Okay, so everything I just said, replace bald with that.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah, that he did. You know, I talked to him. Short dwarf. Yeah, he did say his name was Burbage Kemp. So
the soldiers are looking at each other, and the sort of older, grayer one looks to his sidekick. Why don't you give me a deception check real quick, Burbage?
Yeah, I'm happy to give you a little deception check, Andy.
And Vimeris, since you jumped in with that.
Oh, okay.
A 6, okay. Burbage.
Oh, I was so close to being in that 12.
That was tougher to find. 17.
And a 17. So they're really confused because they seem to buy a little bit of Vimeris's story, but their description is like they're reading this paper and they're looking exactly at you, Burbage. And they said, "Well, sorry, sir, are you not Burbage Kemp? Is this not your signature, sir?" And he holds kind of the scroll down, and you see next to a name Burbage Kemp is absolutely your signature.
How does the signature get them to what he looks like?
They have other papers that they're looking at too.
Oh, okay. I was like,
yeah.
What?
This one's just names, but
I'll peer at the signature and no, I don't think that is my signature because my name isn't Burbage Kemp. My name is Theodric Dale. So sorry.
That's odd. I'm so sorry. So do you have any proof? Is there anything of your house on you that would declare you to be this Theodric Dale and not Burbage Kemp. We got a very good description from one of the guards of the falls.
Unreliable.
Could you read the description to me?
Yes. Well, honestly, mostly it's short, halfling man, brownish, darkish, messed up hair, and weird-looking eyebrows that aren't quite the color of their hair. And, well, sir, that's...
You said that got fixed the other episode.
He has eyebrows, but they're still a little bit
Okay.
tinted differently, yeah.
Huh. Yeah.
Excuse me, sir?
Yes, yes.
You said that you got the description from the guard? From one of the guards here?
Well, yes, he sent a messenger down. But yes.
But was the messenger in military uniform?
No.
Okay, I did see the dwarf that my friend mentioned, talking to someone, just sort of right along the edge of the path. Could it have been your messenger?
Are you saying that perhaps this dwarf persuaded us to give this description when he was actually Burbage Kemp? And then now the old grizzled one kind of... Of course. The old switch around. Classic.
I don't know. I was having some refreshments, so I couldn't really see it, but I just saw him sort of run over and seemed quite eager to talk to that person.
You swear on the state of Gaholnia itself, young man, that you are not this Burbage Kemp.
You know what? I totally do.
Okay. Why doesn't Charity give me a persuasion check? And then we'll see what to do with Burbage's comment after I see that.
I'm
You
going to
can
be...
use my inspiration.
Yeah, I was
That's
gonna...
a
I'll
net
use
one.
my own for now.
Okay.
You have your own?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Oh.
So a 12, and incidentally, because I'm under the effect of this wonderful spell, it's the weekly plug for Guidance, a divination cantrip that makes you or people that you like better at skill checks. That'll be a 14 persuasion.
That's good. Okay, Burbage, give me a deception check with advantage.
Okie dokie.
I did what I could.
Good, yeah. Whew. That is a 19 for deception. The guards then... I can't believe this. The dishonor of someone who would try to get out of the Gaholnian war effort. I hate it so much.
Right, I totally agree. You know what? I'm a
Give
big
me an
supporter.
exact description of this dwarf. Everything that you remember. Aliases, anything.
Sure, of course. Well, he used multiple names with me. Burbage
you've
Kemper
met him?
one. Yeah, I was talking to him earlier.
Okay.
But I think he let slip his the name is going by now. Or recently, or at some point in the past, he was going by Meatbiss. Yeah. Yeah, and we got into an argument, actually, about supporting the troops, and he was like, oh, I'm so against the military-industrial complex, and I was like,
What?
That's, and I reacted the same way. I was like, what? Like, you dare question our troops? What are you, anti-Gaholnian? And, and I actually sort of socked him one right in the face.
Well, Theodric Dale, you are very, very thanked for your efforts here. Something though is bothering me. You can confirm somehow that you are of this House of Dale, yes?
Yeah, I probably can. I mean, I've been on this journey for a while, and I've lost a bunch of my bags along the way.
A family
Well, I
crest, a necklace, a seal, anything.
Oh, yeah, I mean, there's probably... Andy, there's probably the crest is on my ring, right?
Actually, yeah.
I was gonna say, I love how you can hear the player's voice building to, no, fuck it, I just need to ask a meta question here.
Yep.
Do I possess something?
You do, yeah.
Yeah, totally. It's right here on this ring of mine. I'll just come over to you and show it to you.
Quickly, ink. Oh, yes, Captain. And the younger one kind of gets out a bit of ink and, you don't mind just a quick rubbing, do you?
Well, usually I like to...
He means of the ring, Burbage.
All right, so they just put a tiny bit of ink on sort of the outside, and they make a quick little impression of the ring on some paper. And then they get back on their horses, and the older one says, "Well, let us find this blackguard Meepus."
Yeah, good luck with that. And hey, by the way, guys, thanks for your service.
You make me smile, Mr. Dale.
Best of luck. I hope he's not too dangerous.
Onward! And they trot immediately, sort of back down the path from which they were coming.
Hey guys, what do you say we get the fuck out of here?
Yeah, that seems like a really good idea. Theodric, what's your name?
My name is Theodric Dale. You know that. We've been
Theodric,
traveling
yeah.
together for months now.
Yeah, I'm just not good with names.
Vimeris, what do you think? Do you think we should leave? Oh, looks
Absolutely,
like Vimeris is... Oh, I wasn't expecting a response. I thought...
He fixed
Why
his
not? Vimeris is...
mic.
Sorry,
When you
I
try
thought you'd
to
lost your voice.
when you try to cover up the tech mishap and create an RP mishap.
Oh, shit.
I mean, we can still go.
Yeah, no, we're definitely leaving right now. Right.
Sounds good.
Are we just leaving, like, the whole, like, all of this, the encampment and stuff? Because I'm just a little worried still because Charity is still all unhealthy.
Yeah, that is worrying, but...
Can we fix that first?
Can Andy, did you say we could see over the camp, sort of from where we were?
Yeah, you look down into this kind of smaller valley, that you now see the 4 or 5 soldiers riding down toward it at the moment. And it's got a lot of kind of standard white tents, campfire smoke billowing up from about 6 or 7 different places in the camp.
Does it seem
it's
like
quite large? But yeah.
Is that the way we're going? Like, is it east of us?
It is east of you. Yeah, you would sort of go down toward it, and then there's like a small path you see that would go off toward the camp, or you could kind of go off to what looks to be sort of a nice, well-traveled road now, going further into the mountain.
So it would be possible, based on looking sort of at the road that's going down towards the camp, would it be possible to skirt the camp at all? Although it seems like we'd actually want to take the road, so could we just, like, sort of split up there?
Charity, what if I just stick Burbage in my bag? Or, not Burbage. He's the dwarf.
I'm sure that they'd be very happy if you brought them Burbage in a bag, but...
No, I'm hiding him so we can go get you fixed. Wait,
I was...
hiding Theodric.
I was referring to... Anyway, we're moving along. Yes, we could go with the Theod bag. It doesn't work as well.
It really doesn't.
That's disappointing.
Oh, see episode 18 for a reference to that joke. Or 13, I'm sorry, 13.
Does it seem like people are being checked going in and out or anything, or is it just pretty much free movement in the camp?
Yeah, it seems like most everyone who visits the falls actually camps within the encampment. And then just comes up to the falls for the day, goes back down, and
is it like walled?
But that's also where the military is set up.
Is it walled and gated, or is it?
No.
Okay, so it's just a campground.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Stuff Theodric in the bag, and let's see if we can maybe get the whole dreams of walls weeping blood constantly taken care of.
Guys, no, I got it, alright? I got it.
Oh, God.
Atasheadric.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. Okay. So get in the bag.
Alright, I'll keep working on it though, okay? There might be a better one.
Okay, but you have to not tell us while you're in the bag.
You can
this
message
time.
it.
You can't talk.
I'll do the message cantrip. Do you remember that? That's been so useful during
Yeah.
adventures. Alright, I'm getting in.
Okay.
All right, he gets in. The Kenku nuns that are sort of attending to you, you hear one of them immediately say back in Burbage's voice, "All right, I'm getting in." And then they kind of wave at you.
We'll wave. He finds it soothing.
It's his comfort zone.
They nod vigorously at you then. And,
So we'll get our horses and camel.
yeah, and Gary, the shambling mound.
Gary the Shambling Mound. Yes. Get the mounts.
Get the mounts, yes. The mounts had been brought over to this side of the falls for you already. And so you're ready to just mount up and...
and everything looks in order
take off.
On the stuff.
Everything's still there, it looks like. You do a quick check to make sure no one's messed with anything. The chest is still now firmly lodged inside of Gary, and
Yeah, I was going to say, that wasn't the one I was the most concerned about, honestly,
Okay.
because if Gary came over, I kind of assumed that we still had that.
still there, yeah. It was still protected.
All right. Sounds good. Yeah.
All right, you mount up. You start down this kind of winding path, and it's beautiful, and the sort of tiny green leaves of the trees are just brushing your hair as your tall mounts are striding down this area. You get the sense that it wasn't very long ago that this area started to be heavily trafficked. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like for a very long time, this seemed to be just complete wilderness, and only in the last, you would guess, few months or so did people start to carve a path here. Though now it is well traveled. And you make your way down. You do kind of watch as the soldiers rush into the encampment, and then you lose them among the tents and the people. And you're getting to that fork in the road right and slip into the camp, or you could turn left and keep going. What would you like to do?
Turn right and slip into the camp for now, guys?
Yeah, we gotta get you fixed.
Yeah.
But then we're off to Cliff Mill.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what that is.
Our mission.
Okay.
I'd just sort of like to be able to sleep again.
All right, so you sort of make your way in. There are immediately a few booths set up with soldiers at them, and one of them says, "Hail, travelers!
Hello.
Might you be able to help Gaholnia in its time of need?"
I'm gonna really sort of emphasize in my bearing and everything else how shitty I feel having not functionally slept for like 4 days. Like, oh, I would love to, but I kind of need some medical and or magical attention first, and then maybe we can have this conversation. Incidentally, which of your heads should I focus on? The one on the left or the right?
The one in the middle?
That's
Sir,
not
you
really
do
an
not-
option.
Sir, you do not look good. Perhaps you should visit our healer, and then come back and sign up.
That sounds like a great idea, left head.
Oh, that's excellent. And all of you are interested in the Gaholnian war effort.
Where was the healer again, right head?
Oh, well, the healer just over here. It is Master Twittick. he is a priest. He would help you.
Oh, that...
and he sort of points over, to the right side, and you see actually a couple people standing around and talking to this like luxuriously purple robed priest holding a giant scepter. It's not hard to see.
So basically, you're saying it's the priest with the pimp cane.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Upside Down Head. You're very helpful.
That's you. Yes, please. Now the rest of you, go ahead and sign up here.
I'm just going to sort of
this scroll.
swoon such that Stormbringer and Vimeris would like be able to support me.
Okay, yeah, I'll catch you.
Oh, I gotta take him over to the healer.
Oh, okay. Well, please come back. There is those.
Very
those
We're walking away now.
So sick!
these orc bastards will not kill themselves.
Vomiting!
Right. Very nice. And yeah, there's no deception check because Charity, you pretty much are feeling this horrible. So
I was just
you
throwing
can
in
make
some
your way-
details.
Yeah, no, it's great. You can make your way over to the priest, and as you're going through this, Charity especially, you can't help but empathize with the people around you. You almost just feel that everyone is here for just some large emotional burden to be lifted from them. They all sort of are walking around sort of sad and dejected. Many of them do sort of look sick, like they've been traveling a long time to get to the falls. But as you approach the priest, there is no one else sort of standing in front of him. And you, as you approach him, he locks eyes with you, and he says, "My dear boy, you are sick. Sick. You are nearly dead. What can I do to help you?"
Well, it would seem a logical starting point to fix the nearly dead, which I think has something to do with a Rakshasa's curse.
Oh, Rakshasa's curse, you say? Oh dear, oh dear. Yes, boy. Let me see. And he goes behind him and fiddles through some old tomes and pulls out one and flips to a page. My dear boy, yes. And he takes over next to his pimp cane a very large golden chalice now. And he takes a jug and pours some water in it. And he begins to wave his hand over it. Now the pimp cane is waved over it a bit. He's muttering a few incantations. And says, dear boy, drink this. Drink it up, all the way up.
Do I think he actually did anything to it? Do I think I know what this is? I'm open to making multiple checks here.
You can make either a religion check to see if you recognize some sort of the ritual that he did, or an insight check to see if you can gauge his demeanor while he's doing this. It's up to you.
I'll go with insight. 23.
Ooh. He seems genuine. He seems pretty genuine. He seems like he really just wants to help. A bunch of pomp and circumstance, sure, but
it seems to just be, I'll sort of like take it and sort of sniff it as he holds it out to me, and maybe even like do a very slight taste to see if I detect anything bad about it, but...
Sure, a quick little taste, and it just tastes completely like water. And then he actually takes his pimp cane and sort of tips the bottom of the chalice up a little bit. Drink, my boy, drink. It's good for what ails you.
I'll drink it. Why not?
Right, you drink it up.
Last medical professional I had just gave me a bunch of mushrooms in my lungs.
Charity, you, that is the effect of a remove curse spell. You do feel all of a sudden like you could just drop into the most deep and peaceful sleep. you're pretty sure the Rakshasa's curse is lifted.
I'm gonna sort of sputter as the chalice moves down. Thank you, sir. I feel much better, or I feel like I will feel much better once I sleep for a while.
Okay.
Do I still feel like the bite on my back or whatever that Charity couldn't fix is itchy?
It's not starting to itch. It's starting to not itch anymore. It's starting to kind of feel good. It's starting to kind of feel like, like, I don't know, like, you know how your muscles hurt after doing like something really active all day, but it's kind of a good hurt. It's a little like that.
That's really suspicious.
I'm gonna message Cantrip to Stormbringer. He seems legit. You might have him look at the bite situation.
Okay, Charity.
The bite.
I say
The
out
bite.
loud.
That was a message, Cantrip.
Oh,
I just say
I
okay,
was
Charity
just-
out loud.
I was talking to my dog. He bites sometimes.
Mr. Purple Man, I've got a bite on my back though. That's all like feels real good, which is really suspicious. Can you check it out?
Bite. A bite.
Yeah.
How ironic! I was just talking about the dogs biting. Yes, please come in. If you don't mind, lifting up or pulling down your shirt a bit.
Yeah.
Whatever's comfortable.
Wait, does this guy actually have a dog?
Yes, he does.
Oh, okay.
Now,
He does now.
It is a
I
rather
was
large,
about to insight check
No,
him.
good.
See if he's Insane.
a rather large fat beagle that is just laying inside the tent.
Okay.
I'll gently set my bag on the ground and then pull my shirt kind of down so he can see the bite.
And he has a very, very sort of toothy grin about him, but as you pull the shirt down just a little bit, that sort of fades away. And he says, "All of you come inside. Come in the tent, please. Quickly now."
Okay. I'll pick my bag up and follow him in.
Should we follow too?
Yeah.
Yes, at all.
I'm gonna.
So
Message
is your bag
Cantrip.
outside?
No, I
You
said I
say
picked
you-
my bag up and brought it in.
Oh, okay, good. I thought you said
I'm
you
gonna.
left
I'm gonna message Cantrip Charity since it can just be one person at a time, right?
Yep.
All right, Charity. I've got two more. So one is Theodrucksack, and then the other is Theodric Dairlise, like a valise but Dairlise. And if you ask me, I think of the three, the first one was better, right? Ada Sheadric.
I would generally agree, yes.
But think about Theodric Dairlise more, because it's kind of clever.
It does
I
get
need
both
to know,
names
Adam.
involved.
Adam, have you just been googling like
Synonyms for backpacks?
synonyms for bags?
Yes. I haven't been listening. Is Charity okay? I don't know.
Yeah, Charity's better. I might not be though.
Well, what do you think was the upshot of the what have we been calling it, the Theodratache gambit?
Attache-Adric
Mm.
Gambit.
Sorry, Farnival.
Love it. Oh my god, I love it so much. Anyway, so okay, so you do that. And, as all of you then enter, your mounts still outside, of course. As all of you enter your, he shuts the tent flaps. Dear, please lie down.
Why? Am I okay?
I need you to be exactly 100% truthful with me.
Okay.
And if you don't mind, I need to just make sure real quick. And you see him sort of casting a quick spell. All of you make a wisdom saving throw, please.
I rolled a 9. No, that's
not
not me.
20.
That's Vimeris. I rolled a
Alright.
9.
I'm sorry. I got lost somewhere in the sheet. 17.
Okay. All of you but Stormbringer feel the effects of a zone of truth. But each of you could kind kind of fight off its effects. Vimeris, you also know something about this spell, the Zone of Truth. The person knows whether you are under the influence of it or not. You feel that you could sort of twist the spell just a little bit if you wanted to, and make it seem like you're under the effects of it while you are not. Does that make sense?
Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. The rest of you are not. Stormbringer, you definitely are. You have to tell the truth now, no matter what. But you don't have to speak. That's still up to you.
Okay.
And Burbage and Charity, you are not under the effects, but he knows you're not under the effects.
Is there a malice to this, or is it hostile?
You can give me an insight check if you want.
Okay. 23.
Nice. You don't feel. You just feel he's deeply, deeply concerned, and this seems to be the most efficient way to get truth out of Stormbringer.
Okay, then I won't draw my scimitars.
Though you do notice him now looking at the backpack. And he just kind of frowns just a tiny bit, and then looks up at Vimeris and Charity and smiles a little bit, and then goes right back to Stormbringer.
Okay.
Now, my dear, I'm afraid.
And I don't know anything's going on, right?
You do. You can absolutely feel this is the
Okay.
effect. Yeah, you know this effect.
You cannot, and one of the important things is you can't speak a deliberate lie, though you may choose not to speak.
Right. Yes.
So, ethically speaking, are omissions lies? I've never considered them lies, but I know some people do. Does D&D?
No, as long as what you say is technically true.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. All right, my dear, you are under the spell of a Zone of Truth.
Yeah.
Now, please be honest. Were you bit by someone recently?
Well, what's recent? Yes,
Within the last month.
Was that within the last month?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't have a
And
track of time.
Charity will also volunteer. Yes.
Yeah, I was. That's why I said it was a bite that I wanted you to look at.
Well, there are many animal bites, but a person biting you is never a good thing.
It was
Did
itchy.
you notice these? Yes. Did you notice symptoms pretty immediately after the bite?
It just got itchy, and sometimes the sunlight kind of bothers me a little, but it's just been really bright lately. I think it just got turned up or something.
And at the sight of blood, perhaps even of your friends, you've grown a bit excited.
Have I grown more excited than usual at the sight of blood, Andy?
Have you
yes,
seen any
specifically
blood?
Specifically, you remember Burbage being hurt by the druid, and that very specifically got you real excited.
Right, okay. Yeah, yeah. Blood's exciting, but it's been even cooler lately.
Well, I'm not a counselor. That's for someone else. My dear, I believe you are under the effects of vampirism.
What's a vampirism?
It is a very deadly curse. Something that would just transform your being if you let it. And I get the sense that you've been fighting it. Well, good for you.
I don't want to do that.
Yes, your friend, his curse was something that just affects him. This changes a person. It is something deeper and darker.
Okay, but if it's still a curse, can't you just make it go away? Give me some water like you did with him, and poof, I'll be better.
Well, it does take a little bit of time. You must rest for an hour, at least, while the ritual is going on. You can do this.
Can, in here? We'll just all be in this tent?
Well, your friends
all of us?
your friends don't need to stay, but they're more than welcome.
Okay.
Do I feel like he's telling the truth on this one?
Again, insight or religion.
Let's go inside.
How you want to approach that?
18.
Yeah, I mean, again, he seems pretty genuine, and you know that he would theoretically be under the effects too of the zone of truth. Though you're not sure if he passed or not his sort of saving throw.
Yeah.
But gaining all of that, you don't think he's lying, and you think he's being genuine in what.
But he did fix my curse immediately, and he seems genuinely worried. And it would be plausible to me that this would be a more involved thing than fixing my Rakshas's curse.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I mean, I already thought she was under the effect of vampirism.
Okay.
Charity did, because he did
Yeah,
med
100%.
and arcana checks.
Yeah.
Like, I think that we should be able to manage that.
Yeah, as long as... Yeah. Yes.
We just don't want anything bad to happen to her.
Yeah.
No, of course not. Maybe then it would be good if a couple of you stayed in the
Yes.
tent with me.
I think-
Though the third one, I don't care where he or she goes.
They're
And he kind of
they're all
gives you guys a knowing look.
they're
a little
already
bit.
they're already in their happy place. It's okay.
Okay,
I think
good.
everyone should stay here because I can't protect you guys if you're not with me.
No. You must. This may sound extreme, but we should lash you to the bed. If this
Not really into that.
well, it's not a fun thing. It's for our protection.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's not a fun thing for me, so...
I understand. Not everyone is comfortable with it, but please, at the very least, your friends would have weapons drawn. That's all I ask.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay. And again, feels uncomfortable, but please remove your shirt entirely and lay down, face down on the bed.
Sure.
I'll turn away.
I don't really care.
I'm assuming she didn't even wait.
Yeah,
she started
already
already.
taken it
He's
off.
trying to turn away. Oh, I'm turning away.
Can I quick message cantrip Stormbringer?
Sure.
Hey, Stormbringer, before all of this shit goes down, since we don't know what's going to happen, can I just get a quick vote from you? Atasheadric, Theodruxac, or Theodric Dealise?
Etashadric.
Alright, yeah, that's what I thought too, and I think Charity's on board. And I'll have to check with Vimeris then too. Alright, thank you, and, good luck with the
Thanks.
vampirism thing. Yikes,
All right. So he's preparing like a bowl of water and then adding a few what looks almost like spices to several of you. You're not exactly sure. And he just very, very slowly then pours the mixture onto the wound itself as you're laying face down on the bed, Stormbringer. The beagle has now come over just like next to your head where you can pet it. And he just kind of
Yay.
plops down next to you then. And he said, "Oh yes, okay, yes." And then he where is it? And he runs over and he grabs kind of a large, what looks to be a paintbrush, in a vial of ink, and he now begins to sort of paint kind of a spiral-like symbol around the wound itself. And as he does this, then the sort of mixture sort of makes the ink then kind of run. And while you would think that gravity would say that it just runs down the side of your back, it doesn't. It just sort of pools and then runs and spins downward in the spiral, in kind of a watery, inky mess until the spiral itself is gone. He then takes his paint cane and begins to chant over the wound, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
While he's been doing this, incidentally, there's been some
I'm gonna use my inspiration because I fumbled.
Okay.
Okay.
You've seen Charity sort of weaving some arcane forces.
Okay.
I
There we
rolled
go.
a 22, much better than a fumble.
Much better
I'd
than
like to point out your fumble is a 9. When you fumble a con save, it's better than like
It's
my
a
average
9.
con save.
All right. So, absolutely. You can feel that there's something in this wound that wants to hold on to you. And you, for a moment, imagine that the wound has seeped its sort of black fingers into your chest and is now sort of gripping your heart. And your heart is starting to beat and pound much more forcefully. The rest of you start to see then the ink kind of bubble up and appear from the wound again. And as now it's dripping down more naturally the side of her back, he's patting it with cloth. And then he does this for a little bit and then puts a cloth in a small chest and then locks it. And then he puts that chest aside and gets out another chest. And he's now patting it with some more cloth. And I need another Constitution saving throw as he's doing this.
I rolled a 15.
All right, a 15 is good. And again, you feel it almost trying to hold on to you. And it's you're certainly fighting it to let it go and to just let this curse completely lift from you. He gets done patting all these cloths and he's put them in 3 separate chests and locked them. And now he turns to the rest of you and he says, "Please, friends, chant after me. Scissoroso, Scissoroso, Scissoroso." Do all of you begin to chant as well?
Scissoroso.
Scissoroso. And as he does this, he turns back then with his cane and begins to actually sort of it almost looks like her wound was one of those sort of peel like tattoos, and there's almost like a plastic now that he's sort of prying off of Stormbringer's back. And Stormbringer, this actually hurts incredibly bad as he's doing this. But the rest of you watch as he's pulling the plastic kind of wound off of her completely. And one more Constitution saving throw, Stormbringer.
I rolled a 22 again.
22. And with that, he's able to sort of peel it back, and the only thing you can sense is you all of you almost see like there's kind of like what looks to be a dagger that was shoved straight into her that is now being lifted up by this plasticky wound, and then the dagger itself sort of dissipates into thin air. And Stormbringer, immediately you feel more yourself, more in control. The sunlight that's peering through the crack in the tent is no longer kind of blinding. You hear birds again chirping outside. You're pretty sure this has cured you of any vampiric effects.
Awesome.
He,
That was-
exhausted, sort of slumps onto a chair next to the beagle and begins to pet it, and he looks very, very tired and old and frail himself. Okay, your friend is quite a fighter. She is strong in many ways. You can, oh God, put your shirt on, please. Please go ahead and put your shirt on.
Oh, okay.
I'm a man of the
I'll
cloth.
sit up and put my shirt on.
Okay. Well, I hope all of you have safe travels.
Yeah,
you.
thank you so much, Purple Man. That hurt a lot, but I feel a lot better now also.
I do not know what adventures you have that bring you across a Rakshasa and some sort of vampire, but be careful, please.
That was just a 3-day span, and it didn't include our encounter with The deadliest creature in existence.
I don't want to know.
Ramirez will laugh a little.
It'll give me nightmares, boy.
But yeah, we'll try to be more careful. We do try to be careful. It just
Good.
doesn't seem to work out, really.
Excellent. All right, well. Good day. I'm going to probably take a nap.
That seems a good idea. Thank you.
Yes, yes.
And we'll...
Yeah, and again, he didn't charge you or anything for all of these services, and you do see that he didn't say it, but there is like a donation tin right outside the tent. Then
Does it seem like it's to him?
it does right outside his tent. Yeah,
Yeah.
it does.
Like, as opposed to, like, it's a military tin or anything, something like that?
Right. Yeah, as far as you can guess, yeah, it's for him. There's 3 or 4 silver in there right now.
I'll plop 10 gold pieces into it.
Nice.
I'll plop another 10 in.
Yeah, I'll put 10 in as well.
All right. Excellent. You are now outside the tent. What would you like to do?
Can I message Cantrip Vimeris? Hey, Vimeris, how did it go? Is Stormbringer all right?
It looks
Burbage,
like it.
you can
Yeah.
hear when you're in the bag.
Yeah, but it's
He hasn't
ambiguous.
seen
You know, I didn't see everything, and I
People
just wanted
didn't
to be
start
sure.
dying or screaming, at least.
All right, that's great. Okay, good. Hey, Vimeris. Okay, Ata Sheadric, Theodruxac, or Theodric Dealise?
Vimeris is going to stare at the bag with not quite disgust, but is that what you were thinking about the whole time?
No, not the whole time. Part of the time. The other part of the time, I was thinking about Stormbringer. Look, you know, I just want to vote.
Were you not worried about Charity or Stormbringer?
Very worried about them, yes, but you know, this matters. It's part of the group mythos. And if you hold on. If you want to know the results so far, we've got 2 votes for Atashadric, and my vote is still up in the air. I might vote based on what your vote is. So, do you need to hear the 3 options again?
Yes.
All right, Atashadric.
As he's doing this, I'm gonna look at Vimeris. He's asking you about the new name thing, isn't
I'm
he?
going to nod at you sadly.
I'm gonna just like reach over and hug Vimeris slightly. Okay, buddy.
Theodruxac, like rucksack, Theodruxac, Theodric Dealise.
I like rucksack.
Theodruxac, alright, I kind of like that one too. Alright, I'll have to think about my vote and then I'll get back to the 3 of you. Hey, what's going on now? Are we going anywhere?
I'm gonna look up. Can we please now get the fuck out of this camp?
Yeah, let's go and then find somewhere safe to sleep so you can rest. But first we'll go.
So it seemed, Andy, that the road from the fork like led to the east, right?
Yes.
So that seemed like where we'd want to go. Okay.
This is a well-traveled road.
This one is, especially more so than the one you came kind of in on.
Hey, you guys, let's cut cross-country instead. We don't remember roads are bad.
Okay, so if we're trying to avoid your people who essentially control these entire mountains, doesn't
Well,
a
they
well...
also use road. They also use the mountains, but we're in the mountains already. I mean, we can use the road. I'll just make myself tiny. It's okay. And Stormbringer shrinks down in her saddle, trying to look really small again.
Yeah, let's just go with that.
But if we run into anyone, my name is Snow Storm Cloud.
I remember.
Storm cloud. Okay.
Let's go.
Alright. Yeah, so, I mean, you skirt around a little bit more. There's kind of a path around the tent a little bit more of the guy who's seemingly waiting for you to come back and sign up for the army.
Yeah, no.
And you
that poor
completely move around that. And you have to cut through the trees a bit, but you are then able to get to the road that is now heading east, though winding through Indus even more.
We start traveling on that road.
All right, yeah. All right, so you go. You're traveling along this road, and you do see more. There's probably about 4 or 5 different traveling groups that then pass you, heading to the Forlorn Mind Falls, the Emerald Falls, whatever they sort of call them, and a couple of them even stop and ask if this is the way to the falls.
It is.
Ah, bless you, sir. Bless you. Come now. Let's make our way there. And they would continue on. And you now travel. You now travel the rest of the day, which isn't that much more. There's only about another hour or 2 of travel time before you would need to stop.
Probably start looking for an out of the way sort of hidey hole, turn off, whatever.
Go ahead and give me a survival check then.
I will do that.
Nice.
22.
All right, yeah, you find definitely sort of a small kind of cave that isn't very deep at all. You can see the entirety of it, and it would be very well hidden.
The spot is perfect.
All right,
Yeah.
so you set up, and you definitely need a fire because it is getting colder at nights now. But you have no problem, creating a bonfire.
And then I'm actually going to very also carefully, actually stoke it with actual wood, and then turn off create bonfire.
Okay. And the rest of you are sitting around.
And it's fusion now, because I
free of-
cast thaumaturgy.
Nice, okay.
Oh my god, go to sleep.
And you are incredibly tired, Charity. And you can't wait to just go to sleep. But yeah, and if you want to talk about anything, let me know at any point.
Guys, can I get out of the bag?
Yeah.
Oh shit, I forgot he was in there.
I did too.
I mean, it was good to just keep him in until we were probably safe.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, since he's the most rested, he should have first watch.
Wait, let's have a chat first. The DM said we should talk about stuff.
I'm not. You don't have to. You can. Do it.
I'm gonna look at her. Is this some sort of leftover effect from the curse? So, what did everyone remember, or I guess forget? Kuhn seemed to suggest that you could also forget things. I told him that there was little enough left already.
I'll go first. Roburn. I remembered her, and she was wonderful, and we need to get drunk still. Burbage, do you have alcohol?
You know what? I am afraid that I don't, Stormbringer. Let me
Weird.
just check
No.
my bag. I don't have anything, but I did give Vimeris some whoopsie berries.
Vimeris, do you still have some whoopsie berries?
Don't give them whoopsie berries.
I mean,
I'll shake my
eating
head.
berries is the best we can get if we don't have alcohol. Do you really not, Vimeris?
Why didn't we buy alcohol?
Because we had to get the hell out of there quickly.
Because that was a shit show from top to bottom.
Yeah. Okay, well, I remembered Roburn, and when we have alcohol again, we all need to get incredibly drunk because she was incredibly wonderful. And also, did you guys notice that she, had scales sometimes and was really big? It was awesome. She was really strong.
Based on
Right, bro.
Based on what her father said, that would probably be when her memory-altering powers were at their strongest, and
Oh.
I had other things that I was trying to remember, so I didn't, but that sounds really cool, and I'm glad she didn't try to eat us. Most large
No,
things with
she
scales
was-
try to eat us.
I think maybe, we loved each other, maybe.
I'm gonna pat Stormbringer. That's nice.
Yeah.
She was very nice.
She was really nice.
I'm glad you can remember her now.
I am too. Thank you guys for helping me. Can I make a roll and see if I've ever seen anything or heard of anything like her before?
Sure. Mm-hmm.
What would
I'm
that
gonna-
be?
History check if you want to recall a story of some sort.
Sorry, what check?
A history check if you want to recall a story, or a nature check if you want to try to recall like a specific thing you've seen.
If you look like you're trying to think about what she was, I'll cast guidance on you.
Oh.
Well, it doesn't matter because I fumbled my nature check. So I'm not going to bother rolling the guidance. Thank you, though.
Stormbringer. I mean, she might have just been a fucking dragon. Who knows? That's as close as you can get.
Based off of
For one brief moment, you loved just a dragon.
You guys, I think she was a dragon. I think. Which is, like, kind of awesome, right? Like, I was in a relationship with a dragon. Which is kind of weird if you think about it, but she looked like a human most of the time, so it's...
it does sound pretty cool, and it covers the scaly.
Dragons. Yeah. Dragons can
Polymorph.
look like people too.
Yeah. Based on her description, can I check to see if do I know anything about these or?
Sure, yeah, with disadvantage, either nature or history.
Because based on what it sounds like, it seems like Stormbringer was trying to identify what type of creature. I'm going to go with history to see if I think of anything like, oh, memory effects, shapeshifting, all of that.
Yeah.
And disadvantage, you said. And then I'm going to add a d4 to that. 10 for history.
All right. There's something slightly disturbing, Charity, about some of the characteristics that she's relayed to you. You've never seen anything like the creature she described, but shape-shifting, powerful magic. I mean, there's something that feels a bit Rakshasa about it. But that also might just be because you were recently attacked by a Rakshasa.
I was going to say, everything sounds a little Rakshasa-y to me right now.
That tree, Rakshasa! You're really not sure. And now you are incredibly tired, barely able to keep your eyes open.
I'm going to sort of turn. Phamaris, what about you? What did you remember?
I saw my vision again more clearly. But we can talk tomorrow when you've had some rest. It's not important now.
I just sort of slump forward.
So did we say Burbage was taking first watch, I guess?
Yeah, I'm happy to take first watch. I feel great.
Good, you can tell us what you saw or remembered or whatever, or forgot tomorrow too. You and Vimeris can. Because
Yeah, sounds
Charity
good to
talked
me.
about it. Good. I'm gonna go to sleep.
Good
Sleep
night,
well.
everybody. Sleep well. Sleep tight.
Ominous.
I'm like, that just leaned into the creepy.
All right, Burbage, give me a perception check for watch.
Expertly.
All right. Burbage with a 14, you can hear some voices on the road, which is actually sort of up the hill further from where this cave is. But they pass pretty quickly.
Cool.
And that's it.
While
Nice.
Burbage does that, can I fly up into the sky as a giant eagle and also take a look around?
Oh, sure. Does your giant eagle have dark vision?
Actually, I don't know. Because I don't have the token.
I have my monster manual by me.
Giant eagle. Perception 4. Keen sights, advantage,
look
but
like
it
it.
doesn't really say dark vision. Yeah.
No.
So we'll just do normal perception.
So actually, can I change into an owl since it is night? My bad.
Oh, sure, of course, yeah. All right, so you become an owl. You fly up in the trees, kind of right in front of the cave. We'll keep the 19 perception roll.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. You also kind of hear the voices on the road, and you now see that there are about 4 horse riders on the road. Each person is very large, though from this distance you can't quite get a good sense of it. If you wanted to, you could fly closer.
I'll fly a little closer.
So you kind of fly closer. You now hear them. What languages do you speak?
Common, Elven, Infernal, and Drow, or Undercommon.
All right, you don't understand the language. Though a couple of them seem to sort of point out some of the trail you made as you exited the road and went down into the gully just a little bit and inside the cave. They seem to be kind of talking about that a little bit.
Okay. Is there like a branch I can rest on while maintaining vision, and as soon as they start following our trail, I'll leave?
Sure, yeah. They don't start following the trail, actually. 2 of them take off and exit further east along the road on horseback, and the other 2 slowly make their way kind of further up the mountain, where you think they could still have kind of a vantage point on this area, but you don't see them follow the trail at all.
Okay. And then I'll return to the camp.
All right. You return to the camp. Burbage is kind of sitting around the fire. His eyes are just like really, really wide.
I'm going to transform, and what's that look for?
Are you talking to me?
I'm going to look around. Yeah.
Charity.
I'll walk right up to you.
Look. What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about.
That goofy look you had on your face.
I don't know, man. I'm just feeling great about life. You know, everything is so great to be with you guys and to escape being drafted into the Gaholnian army. You know, I lead a charmed life and it feels amazing. Do you want a massage or anything?
That waterfall was a doozy for you, wasn't it? I would absolutely like a massage, though, and I'm going to sit in front of Burbage.
Okay, fantastic. Now, I'm just gonna come right over here, and all right, and I'm just going to, I guess, 1 second. I'm just gonna stretch out my arms and kind of shake out my hands.
You're making me nervous.
Don't be nervous. Everything's fine. I'm just gonna shake my hands out a bit. All right. Okay, just 1 second. Just shaking away.
That moment it clicks and I understand what's going on.
Yeah, okay.
Shaky, shaky, shaky.
I'm going
Alright,
to close my eyes in anticipation. I'm just like, this is going good.
Guess I'll just pick the one who likes me. And all right, can you feel my hands now?
Ooh, clammy.
Yeah, that's the way you like it.
How uncomfortable is this, DM?
Give me a percentage die roll, like 2 D100s, Or 2d10.
2d10.
Me?
Yeah. Just roll 2d10.
I think the advanced one has a D100 on it.
98. It's really awkward.
You know, I just
My eyes are
wanted
now
to-
open and I'm just staring blankly ahead.
Wishing Charity would wake up.
All right, okay, I get it. I'm sorry. All right.
No,
back
it's
up.
fine, it's fine. You need
No, yeah, it's fine. I
No,
understand.
it's okay,
There's
keep
still
going.
some
No,
residual- no. I understand.
Stop.
Everything's fine.
I kind of like it. It reminds me of a dank, cold cave.
Well, I appreciate that, but I know you're just lying to me, so sorry to try. I just, you gave me that massage the other morning, and that was, really weird.
But does it feel good?
Oh. Yeah, I mean, it felt good.
So you see why I'm a little disappointed.
Oh, no, don't be disappointed. Vamaris, come here. There, let me keep massaging you. There, I'm just going to keep massaging you. Yes, I feel good about it.
I'm going to lean into it.
Yeah, lean into it.
I'm trying to help out, you know?
Okay, alright. Now, okay. That's fantastic. You don't have to be, an asshole about it, though. Alright?
Can I insight check him?
Yeah, I mean, you can. Yeah, you know what this is.
Oh, I definitely know what it is.
Yeah.
But is there something more to it? And what does the 24 tell me?
Under the effects of the thing that you know he's under the effects of currently,
Yeah.
you feel that he's struggling with feelings. He doesn't exactly know how he wants to feel for you. Is really with an insight roll of 24. That's kind of what you're getting from this.
Oh, you poor thing.
Yeah.
How does Burbage
right?
respond to that? Yeah, okay.
I'll say that. Yeah, I know, right? Poor me. But honestly, things do feel a lot better these days. Ever since that waterfall, everything's just fantastic. And, as amazing as this massage is right now, i.e. me giving one to you, just the singular you, I'm gonna go to sleep now and have an uncomplicated sleep. Because
Can you tell me one thing first?
Sure, maybe.
Where did you find the whoopsie berry?
What whoopsie berry? You goofball.
I'm gonna stare right at you.
I'm gonna stare wide-eyed at Vimeris as I back away into what I presume to be is a tent that I have set up at some point.
I just imagine you stumbled into it, you've completely fall.
Yeah, definitely it was like a Chevy Chase, kind of slow pratfall into the tent, and then still struggling with the flap of the tent. It was great physical comedy, I'll tell you that much.
And a little bit racist.
Did you say
Somehow.
racist?
Somehow a little racist. Yeah. Or racy. And I don't want to skip over this. You called him Chevy Chase.
Chevy Chase.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
No,
That's a-
no.
French pronunciation.
No,
Chevy Chase.
it's along with those Toyota Camrys that were attacking.
Yeah,
us.
Chevy Chase. Anyway, I didn't want to skip over it too much.
Thanks, Andy. Really appreciate it.
No problem.
I
love
grew up thinking it was Chevy Chase, okay? And I just accidentally fell into old habits.
With you in cars. Anyway, I love it. Vimeris, he's in his tent now. If you were to go back to your bag, you see that some of the whoopsie berries that you had taken from him were gone.
Of course. How many did he eat?
You're not exactly sure. Probably about 3, though, you'd think.
Okay.
All right.
And I'll switch into meditation mode.
Okay. All right. You meditate and wake up from it. The rest of the night goes by with watches, as if everyone is totally aware of stuff. No one senses anything else happening throughout the night.
No time fuckery?
No time fuckery. No anything else. However, who has the last watch?
Me.
Charity, as you wake up in the morning, you get whiffs of that sickly sweet smell again.
Oh crap!
That you've come to realize is probably the Doom Lily. Only it's incredibly powerful. It's very pungent at this point. And as you sort of get up and finish your rest by stretching and making sure the fire is completely contained, and you look outside the cave, and Charity, within about 10 feet of the cave is a small field of doom lilies, completely covering the outside of it. It's grown all up above the archway. You cannot step 3 feet outside the cave without stepping on these. You are completely surrounded by, you can only imagine, is hundreds of doom lilies.
Well,
Vimeris will walk up behind Charity. Oh, this
doesn't seem great,
doesn't
huh?
look good.
Yeah, no. Just before the rest finishes, Andy, and I've been sleeping normally, I assume, right?
Yeah,
like
absolutely. You get the full benefit from a long rest.
Not yet, though. But I assume that I'm going to. I'm just going to look at I'm just going to look at the field. Vimeris walks up behind me, and it's just like, this could be an issue. I'm like, yep. I'm going to cast Aid at level 4 and at level 3.
Okay.
So that is going to be Burbage. You have 20 additional hit points.
Ooh.
Vimeris, you have 15.
Ooh.
Stormbringer, you have 35.
Wow, thank you.
I also have 35. Fuck this noise. And then I will complete my long rest.
All right. And as you do that, you do see it begins to snow outside the cave onto the doom lilies.
This would be picturesque as fuck if it wasn't for the fact that I suspected harbingers our death.
It is a sign.
Burbage is going to climb out of his tent. Bad news, everybody. I didn't want to tell you last night because I knew you were really tired, Charity. But Stormbringer, you awake? Are you around?
What?
Bad news. Just sharing some bad news, everyone. We did have a split vote on the name of the new bag gambit. It ended up being 2 votes for Atasheadric and 2 votes for Thea Drucksack. So obviously we all know what that means. It'll have to go to a recount in a week. So until then, we can't actually reference that gambit or even use it again. That's based on the bylaws that we agreed on our travels.
I don't remember agreeing to that.
But the Burbage Gambit is still fine.
Burbage Gambit is fine, yeah. Anyway, so what's going on over here? Oh, it's snowing. Oh, a bunch of doom lilies.
Oh shit! Is this what happens when we don't eat them? Should we have eaten that one before?
Are you asking the DM? Yes.
No one's
No.
responding, so I guess Stormbringer's just gonna go start eating a few doom lilies.
No, do not eat them. Do not eat them. That seemed very, very bad for Burbage. Sorry, I was taking care of the...
Okay,
I was starting to
maybe
do
I
really-
should eat it, because I have a really high constitution.
I don't... No, I don't think that that's a good idea. Did anyone see anything during the night?
I saw a group of riders that looked like they saw our tracks, but then ignored it.
Not super comforting. Did they leave?
They did.
Okay.
I saw 3 Vimarises, but that's because I was on whoopsie berries. Whoops.
Oh. Wait, why does he get to do whoopsie berries? And I can't even get drunk.
You were sleeping. I snuck some from Vimeris' bag. I was going to hide it from you guys, but I'm trying to practice open and honest communication with you, my family.
Aww.
Okay, but I don't think it's fair that he got to have whoopsie berries and I didn't.
I mean, he stole them.
She's got a point, though, Vimeris. You let me.
I
have
didn't
some. Why don't you
give
let her
them
have
to
some?
him.
No one permitted you to do this. You stole them.
Yell about it. So I'll just be calm.
We're surrounded by a field of doom lilies.
And it's snowing.
That part's kind of nice, actually.
I love snow. I miss the snow so much.
Something feels weird, though. As you look out into the snow, beyond where the doom lilies stop, you don't see any snow on the ground.
I no longer think that's kind of nice.
I still think it's kind of nice.
We must hurry to Cliff Mill.
Sounds good.
Okay, but while we're on the road, Vimeris and Burbage, you should tell us about your time in the water thing.
Indeed.
Oh yeah, and I can go into details on mine.
Yeah, your son's sad. I'm sorry, man.
It's okay.
So you take your mounts out of the cave. Do you just step on the doom lilies?
I mean,
Is there a way around?
Nope. They're covering everything in about a 10-foot radius of the mouth of the cave.
Vimeris, why don't you turn into an eagle and just carry us to the other side of the Doom Lilies, one by one?
Do I think Stormbringer could ride me as a giant eagle?
No, probably not.
Yeah, I can do that for you and Charity, but what about Stormbringer?
and the
I mean,
horses.
It's
Or the
close.
horses.
Yeah, and the horses and Gary.
Well, Stormbringer said she was going to eat her way through, didn't
No,
she?
no.
Yeah, I can do that.
Please don't. I just got the ability to really freely cast spells back again. I really don't want to have to spend them all on desperately trying to fix whatever that was, and I'm not sure we can go back
Okay.
to Master Twittick.
Okay,
seem
but
like a
Charity,
nice guy.
I don't think you understand like how tough I am. I laid on that bed while the purple man was hurting me a lot. It was excruciating, and I didn't scream or kick him or even try to get up. So I'm super tough, and I think I can handle eating Doom.
Alright, I will say this, Stormbringer, as somebody who has eaten a Doom Lily, I highly do not recommend it.
Yeah, but you don't even have a Constitution modifier.
That might be.
There's
I
some-
don't really know what
there's-
you're talking about.
There's some odd after
Though
effects
he
of that
does have a
curse.
resistance.
That's
Yeah.
true.
I do have a resistance, and it still fucked me up. Alright, how about this?
Alright, no. All of you stand back.
What are you going to do?
When there's creepy plants and the druid says to stand back, I stand back.
Just stand back.
Don't talk to them again.
And no, don't worry, I know what they're saying. And I'm going to put my arm out, and I'm going to produce just a torrent of wind that
Alright.
hopefully rips a line for us.
Alright, you sort of point that all in one direction. The gust of wind, whoosh, you see immediately the snow sort of start to kind of spin in your gust of wind, and in this kind of giant funnel of wind, all of the doom lilies underneath it get picked up and thrown up into the air with this gust of wind. It's starting to then, you can see in the distance, kind of rain down doom lily petals in an area that actually might be pretty close to the encampment.
Oops.
Don't worry.
But there is a 10-foot wide swatch of land for you to freely cross on if you'd like.
I'm gonna start crossing.
All right, you, Gary, everyone else, the horses, make it all the way through totally fine. The snow had stopped, and it's now melting on the doom lilies that remain.
Is it easy to get back on the trail?
Absolutely, you climb back up the hill just a little bit, and you can get back on the trail and keep heading east if you like.
I'll defer to the party.
So let's get going.
All right, you are on the trail walking. What pace are you going? Normal, or are you trying to be sneaky? Do you want to push it?
Probably normal for right now, because even though Vimer said that the people had moved on, Charity's a little concerned about that.
Yeah.
Plus, we're still pretty close to the encampment, so I just want to make sure we see anybody coming before they get to us.
All right. Up ahead, you see what looks to be kind of a crashed carriage on the side of the road. And you do see a horse sort of standing there, and every once in a while sort of struggling to pull itself free of this wreck. And the horse itself looks like it's in just a bit of distress.
Does the carriage have any, distinguishing marks?
It is large, black, and quite ornately carved.
Have we seen this carriage before?
I believe you have.
Is it
Goddamn.
Burbage's #1 vote getter?
Lord Braywalt's carriage? It does appear so, yes.
Uh-oh.
Crick. Charity's just gonna keep riding.
Wait, shouldn't we set the horse free?
Fair point.
It is, the carriage is on its side as well. Completely toppled over. Both wheels have been broken.
Like it was hit by a gust of wind?
No. Well, no, and this is further east.
Okay.
I was about to say.
Yeah, I guess I'll release the horse, and I'll sort of point towards the encampment. There are people that way.
It kind of and starts to trot away very quickly. Then, if
Your
you don't
master
wanna
was
try
an
to control
asshole.
it. Charity, you see kind of something, kind of in the tall grass, on the steep incline next to the road where this carriage had toppled over onto, and it seems to be almost like a wooden statue of some sort.
Okay.
You see the statue have sort of a cloak probably on, and then what looks to be kind of slicked back hair, all wooden, entirely wooden.
Okay.
Does it look kind of like Lord Greywalt, or whatever his name is, except turned to wood?
Stormbringer, do you go over and...
No, I'm not going
Look at
close
that.
to it. I'll make a check from the road.
Then it looks just like that so far.
I remember
Roll
the
initiative. No, I'm just kidding.
I remember the item I traded him.
Yeah.
And Charity's just gonna reach down, or is gonna look at his hand and flex a pair of wooden fingers, and just start laughing.
Why are you laughing, Charity?
Do you remember the item that I traded him
No.
in order to get Hikari back?
Nope.
It would be the wand that did this to me.
Oh, the Wand of Entangle?
Yeah, that cursed
Why
one.
was he trying to use Entangle? Oh, wait, does that happen when you use it or just when you attune to it?
When you attune to it.
Oh, okay. Good.
I'm gonna move a little bit closer. Does this seem like it might be Lord Braywalt?
It does. It looks exactly like he was holding this wand, attuning to it. There's a sort of scared expression on his face, almost as if he's trying to let go of the wand. His body's turned just a little bit, and the wand is still in his hand.
Wow, his people really abandoned him quick.
It was a
How
wand.
worn is the statue?
How worn is it? It does
Yeah.
seem to have... It looks like it's been here at least a week or two.
Huh.
Wait, the poor horse has been stuck there for a week?
Oddly enough, he looks really well fed. You would maybe guess that because this road is so well traveled, people just keep feeding the horse and
not letting the
one's
poor thing
released
go?
it. No.
What is wrong with these people?
Jesus Christ, commuters in D&D are assholes.
They deserve the apocalypse that's coming. Wait.
They do. They deserve to have doom lilies rain down on them.
So none of us actually thought he was a good person, right?
No.
Did I vote for him?
Well,
Burbage
I
did.
thought
Well.
that his singular platform about healing potions being distributed to the masses was a pretty good idea.
He
That
was
being
sketchy.
said,
He didn't.
having voted for him did apparently earn me immunity against the Knoll attack, which at the time I appreciated, but with reflection, I think it was kind of rude of him. And honestly,
He also sold us Hakari.
And tried to enslave Hikari, yeah.
right, yeah, slavery's bad, I know that. Yeah. But
Yeah.
let's focus on the weird arrangement that heretofore remains unexplained between him, his campaign, and the weird Knoll creatures that almost murdered all of us.
Except you.
Except me. I tried taunting them too. I
So-
tried provoking them, and they didn't come at me.
These are-
only because I voted for Lord Braywalt.
These
Very strange.
All very good points, but I think that ultimately we have consensus over this. And I'm going to snap my fingers and a bonfire appears under the statue.
Oh, shit. The statue very quickly starts to catch fire.
Wood
and now
can't
there's
feel
kind of a-
things, right?
Oh, I hope
and
this...
pretty soon the carriage itself is probably going to burn.
I'll put it out once he's ash. Does there seem like there's
Okay.
anything in the carriage?
You take a quick look in. You look around. You don't see anything. No.
Okay.
Then the carriage starts to catch fire, and after probably about 25 minutes, if you let it burn the entire time, Lord Braywalt is nothing more than ash. You believe?
Okay, no, seriously. I lit him on fire, damped the flames down so that I could check the carriage, and then we were riding.
Okay,
I let it burn.
Then you're not sure what happens.
I
to
kept it burning. I was pretty sure. I
Yeah,
probably
it
started a
was
few more, maybe threw a firebolt at it. Fuck the nobility.
All right. You keep on traveling. You actually travel for another couple days along this path. It's getting colder. You're going higher and higher. And if you wanted to talk about anything during these couple days, please feel free.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
probably
Otherwise,
would
yeah,
have.
we'll jump-
I probably would have said, so I don't know how it was for all of you. But it felt like when I was under the falls, there were so many memories I was missing that I could only get bits and pieces, and I couldn't really pick something I wanted to learn. But a couple of memories that I had one was being with a group of thieves they might have also been assassins. And I felt very at home. They were my friends. They were the people that I was with. So it doesn't quite count as a we should have listened to you, but I'm going to pull out a button and hand it to Burbage that says, apparently I wasn't that good.
Oh.
Yes! Oh, fuck yes! Finally! I've been waiting for one of these for weeks. Thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
knew the moment that I saw you with those thieves' tools that you had a shady little past.
Though, to
So,
be
yeah,
fair, I
thanks.
did know nothing about it until this moment. But apparently, and Andy, in my perception, in that memory, because a couple of follow-up questions are going to come up,
No problem.
did it seem like the tiefling figure that I saw was kind of the leader of the group? Or was he just there?
No, he was a leader.
A leader. But yeah, because I was going to say, the impression that I got when you told me was it sort of seemed like he was kind of holding court. And I was
Right.
I was alongside him and I was hanging out. But I'm like,
Exactly.
yeah, so also that group of, thieves, murderers, etc., my brother sort of led them.
Your brother?
Yeah,
You have a brother?
apparently.
Where is he now?
I have no idea, and I kind of don't want to know because he scared me even then.
Oh. I can find
Older?
him.
Or younger.
Andy, my perception? Or my memory?
It was the brother was younger or older than you?
Yeah.
Younger a little bit, yeah.
Bit younger than me.
Hmm.
Also, Arisa was his girlfriend.
Oh.
Okay, how does she not remember you if you were her boyfriend's little brother like that,
Well-
or big brother? That's just disrespect.
At the time, I would have had both horns. I don't know how much that throws off your ability to recognize
So-
who I am.
Well,
So would you
also-
consider that bard that also turned into like an agent of Bahamut as a sibling too? Is this the same as that, or is this deeper?
This felt like blood.
No, this was like a biological relative.
Okay.
That asshole copycat was just someone that we murdered.
Okay. It's good to keep those separate.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna sort of point at you and Burbage. Brothers by choice. The scary one was a brother by blood, and the other Charity of Bahamut was just a, I don't know, former coworker.
Families are too complex.
So yeah, there's a thing that were you gonna say something, Andy, about Arisa
No.
recognizing me?
Other than just the other possibility is that she did recognize you and played it off as if she didn't.
Yeah, and
That's scary. I don't even want to think about that.
I would also
Wait, Charity. If Arisa and Hikari were fighting over a guy, was it your brother?
Oh. Oh no.
The plot thickens.
Oh. And Hikari told me that she kind of remembered being killed by someone who seemed like they had powers like my ones now, not my Bahamut power. Oh,
dear.
bugger. Oh, well. So, do you want the bad news?
Is there good news?
There is not.
Sure.
You want the bad news?
Then give me the bad news.
I was able to hold on to 2 memories.
Yeah?
That was the happy one that I just told you.
Oh.
Though the other is perhaps mildly less impactful. I think I covered most of it. Someone said that I was useless to them as I was and gave me over to Bahamut. And, she said that she'd be able to work with me, but I have to be wiped clean. So presumably that's where all my memories went. And yeah, kind of, but I seemed like I wanted to go. I think my life was very unhappy.
That's a huge bummer, man. Was the person who gave you to Bahamut your brother? Because if he killed Hikari and also did that to you, he's moving up on my kill.
It didn't seem like that to me, did it, Andy?
No, not necessarily, no.
I can't remember what it was exactly you said about the figure who was giving me away, but I thought it was a different voice.
Yeah.
Like it was an older, gruffer voice.
Yes. Something you felt was more like a father figure.
Yeah, I'm like, no, I think it was my father who traded me to Bahamut, gave me to Bahamut. I don't really know if there was sort of a reciprocal exchange or if this was more of a found object on the side of the road type deal.
Well, that's really uncool.
I can't even objectify myself positively in these memories. Oh. There's just really no good about this. Oh, God, Arisa probably knew who I was. She was with my brother who scared me. And that my brother may well have been the one who killed Hikari. Oh, I'm going to have to apologize to Hikari again.
It's not your fault if your brother killed Hikari. You don't have to apologize for his actions.
Yeah, but
punch him.
I feel bad. Feel bad.
Well, I'm sorry you feel bad, little man.
Yeah, it's okay. But yeah, those were my memories. Oh. And I forget, Andy, did I retain at all some of the flashes that I saw, even though I didn't get the full scene?
Not really. It was almost like a strobe light kind of flash.
Okay.
You get a sense of it, but can't make out any detail now at this point.
But if I had a sense of it, the one I was thinking of in particular, was the. Okay, this is meta spoilers for the party, but the strobe flash that I saw of a tiefling killing Hikari.
Yes.
Which I knew wasn't like me, but it felt like I was there watching it. I'm like, yeah. I didn't really get details on that one, but I do remember seeing Hikari getting killed. Now that I sort of put all that, okay, yeah, this is going to be fun and interesting and terrible and awful. So, Vimeris, what did you find out, buddy?
Vimeris is going to sigh. Well, I suppose I should start with the vision. The white sand was actually snow. And we really need to get to that blue plant.
Okay.
The spider plans on using that plant to freeze everything.
So this is in fact totally unrelated to the fire blight.
It is. Vimeris is going. He's kind of struggling. I think it's a response to the fire blight, and while related, unrelated?
That makes sense, but also who's like, hey, I don't want the world to burn, I'm going to flash freeze it. That seems mildly insane.
Or what's the spider?
Ponway.
Ponway's gonna freeze everything?
I'm gonna nod.
What?
Man, I knew
and the
we
freezing, all signs.
Wait a minute, I thought Ponway was a good guy.
Did you?
I mean, we're working for him, aren't we?
I trusted him.
I don't trust anyone but my family anymore.
I'm gonna pat
Well
Stormbringer.
Maybe your vision is just of unintended consequences. Maybe Ponway wants to fight the fire blight, and he'll accidentally, freeze everything in doing so.
I think right now our goal needs to be destroy this blue flower, and then we're going to march back to Ponway and we're going to make him answer.
Do we have to march the whole way?
We could take a boat.
Good, because that's pretty far. We're pretty far from there now.
I don't think we should destroy the plant necessarily. I think we should just hide it until we can learn more from Ponway about what's going on. Because what if the plant is necessary to fight the fire blight, and we just have to do it in the right way instead of the wrong, freeze the world in an apocalyptic way?
But if the
But
fire
I was going to
blight is
think about
fire
that.
elementals, can't we just kill them?
Vimeris is going to think about what Burbage said. And he's going to say, I don't think you're wrong.
Thank you. I'll grin at everybody.
But we
I'll
need to
grin
make
haste.
Make haste.
Makes sense. And-
So is that it? Is that all you saw, Vimeris? Or
Oh, no.
remembered? Okay. Littlest man, what was yours?
Well, I hate to break it to all of you, but I did not recover any lost memories in the waterfall. Honestly, it just felt like kind of a nice little kind of dip. Just a dip in the pond, or the lake, whatever it was.
The very cold pond.
The very cold pond, yeah. I came out feeling cold, but very refreshed. And I guess if I forgot something, I wouldn't necessarily know it. But, yeah, I mean, I feel...
16 insight.
I mean, it's true he wouldn't remember what he was trying to forget, though you think that he would definitely remember wanting to forget something. So that, yes, that's technically true, but you feel a little bit of withholding there.
Burbage.
Well, what do you want me to say? Like, clearly, I went in wanting to forget something, and I must have forgotten it, because I've been feeling a lot better ever since. And I genuinely mean that.
Burbage.
Come out and play.
Wanna play a game?
The mouse. I don't know what this whole new persona you're doing is. It's kind of creepy.
I want the truth.
Oh my god. Guys, are you going to let him talk to me like that?
Tell it to me.
Oh my lord. Vimeris. Oh.
Charity is actually
answers that I want.
Charity is actually laughing.
Jesus.
That's...
Vimeris is completely stoic.
Look, I mean, alright, listen. If you were to ask me a question, I will answer you as honestly as I can. Alright?
truth.
Oh, gee, that's not...
What is it?
You're just roaring demonically at me. That doesn't count. That's not in the spirit of a family. Stormbringer,
What?
ask me a question and I will answer it as honestly as I can.
Been hearing any voices lately?
Aside from you guys, I don't think so. Andy, have I?
You heard some voices on the road last night.
I remember hearing some voices
Other than
on
that,
the road.
you have no idea what she's talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I didn't tell you about the voices because Vimeris said that he saw them. He saw them
Yeah.
when he went up as the giant eagle. So I didn't share about that. I'm sorry if I should have.
No, it's
That's
okay.
fine. How do you feel about
Any desire to drink until the pain goes away?
Not especially, to be honest. Which is interesting. I do remember that I used to drink quite a bit.
Yeah.
it was
that?
concerning at times?
Was it? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to concern you guys.
So, do you have any pressing desire to know whether or not ghosts are real?
don't have a pressing need for that question to be answered, because it is kind of a silly question, Charity, don't you think, Vimeris?
I'm gonna
Does Burbage have a fever? I'm gonna press my hand on his head.
I'm gonna message Cantrip, Vimeris, and then Stormbringer. I think we found what he forgot.
I mean, if he's happy, then it's okay, right?
It's fine
Are
by
you
me.
are you guys message cantripping right now?
I said that out loud. I almost never use the message cantrip.
Oh,
I was gonna say hers just sounded like it was fair. Like if he's happy. I'm like, yeah.
well,
you,
thank you, Stormbringer.
you seem happy.
I
He
and-
doesn't have a fever.
I do seem happy.
You seem
I feel
happy and well. That's good.
Yeah. I remember Theodric too. And I remember being in love with him. And I guess things just didn't work out because I haven't seen him in over 20 years.
Yeah,
kind of
that's
sad.
definitely.
That's a thing that can happen sometimes.
I wonder what
Not that
happened.
I really
if I
know.
if I ever see him again, I'll have to ask him what happened. It's very strange. Hey, what do you say we all use some whoopsie berries, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if we can't get alcohol, I need to honor Roburn somehow, so I guess let's do some drugs.
Family orgy, right?
What?
What?
No,
What?
not that part.
I mean, okay, to be
None
clear,
of you are my
How many
friends.
berries do I have left?
they're whoopsie berries.
Four.
Why would you take them unless you intended to have an orgy?
Because I don't have any alcohol and I need to honor my dead girlfriend. Girlfriend?
Okay, Stormbringer,
Some-
you could just stand guard on the orgy, and then Charity and Vimeris and I can do the main orgy.
No.
Okay.
No!
Are you on whoopsie berries now?
Hey, Charity, in any of your recovered memories, did you happen to get any flashes of a time when you were, I don't know, fun?
Hey, that's not nice.
No. Mostly just downtrodden and unwanted and unloved.
Charity, you're fun and we
Yikes.
love you.
And what I'm saying, Charity, is if we took some whoopsie berries, you would get so much love from me and Vimeris.
Is
In the
I
form
mean,
of fucking.
that's not love, Burbage.
Did nothing I say matter to you?
What?
You make haste, not roll
Love.
around and whatever sex is.
Alright, Vimeris is a virgin.
Good
I'm
for
gonna point at
him.
Vimeris.
That's nice.
That's fine.
Vimeris, is it fine? I thought it was. I mean, yeah, that's fine, really. But I'm just saying, just to give some context, Vimeris has never had sex.
What are you trying to say?
know
No,
what that
you already
means.
said it.
All I'm saying, guys, and Vimeris, I'm just saying. Maybe the reason you're so dead set on making haste to save the world, and if you don't know, I'm using quotation marks around all of these things. Maybe that the reason you're so focused on that is because you've never had sex.
That
What are you
doesn't make
doing with
any
your
sense.
fingers?
Or maybe he's just concerned about the obliteration of the world,
Yeah, but
which
okay.
I'm pretty concerned about. I live in the world.
It's not.
I happen to think that the world isn't worth saving if it's not a world where we can have orgies in the middle of the woods in.
Okay, how about you guys have an orgy once we set up camp for the night, and right now we
Could
just
you
go
not-
fast.
Could you not speak for me here?
Charity.
Same.
Okay, how about Burbage has an orgy once we set up camp for the night?
one
For
man
now, we just
orgy.
go fast.
All right, I understand. I think I know what's happening. All right, I think that people are just kind of embarrassed. They're not used to talking openly about this sort of thing. So what I'm going to do?
Do you still have
when
all
you
the
set up-
whoopsie berries for Maris?
I'm gonna start counting them.
Yeah, there's all that were there last night. He hasn't taken any more.
How many are there?
You have 4 left.
Can I check to see, like, if I think he's being affected by a spell or
Yeah,
Arcana, I assume?
sure.
Ooh.
You do not.
9.
Yeah, with the 9, you don't sense any magical effect on him. Kind of like the other day when you checked him right after the waterfall. There's nothing magical lingering on him, though you definitely sense some sort of change since then.
So
this definitely feels like a slightly different Burbage.
okay, so
Way hornier.
way more
hornier.
aggressive.
Waterfalls are nature's aphrodisiac.
Burbage has some needs.
Yeah, the opposite of whatever a cold shower was.
It was a very cold shower too.
Very cold shower. It went all the way back around.
Maybe we just travel quickly now and delay the entire hallucinogenic berry-fueled orgy discussions until some point when there's not an impending apocalypse. Sound good, Vimeris?
All right, that could be a while.
I'm aware.
And
There is a plan.
there is.
Mm-hmm. But we need to reach Cliff Mill.
Cliff Mill, then. And Charity's just
All right.
riding away.
Might I point out that the whole orgy thing was Stormbringer's idea?
No,
Wait,
it
what?
wasn't.
Well, yeah, but you were the one who wanted to have the whoopsie berries.
Yeah.
One thing leads to another, Stormbringer.
No,
Am I right?
it doesn't.
All right, listen. The next time we set up camp, I will just be in my tent, and I will leave the flap open, because I get the sense that everyone's just a bit too embarrassed to talk about this openly. I'll leave the flap open, and anyone who wants to have an orgy is welcome to come into my tent the next time we'll set up camp, all right? And we could, have just a nice orgy in celebration or in honor or memory or whatever you want to call it, Stormbringer, of Roburn.
Okay. Charity, do you think that if we took him back to the waterfall and dunked him, we'd get the old Burbage back?
Shouting from somewhere ahead of you on the road. No, probably not.
I'm with
Charity!
you. I'm beside you. I'm beside you.
Oh, okay. Then you're just like, no, I suspect what we end up with then is conscripted Burbage. Because in all honesty, I suspect that Meepus wanted to forget about us. So he's going to have a really hard time answering their questions.
I don't know if we can use him if he's like this stuff.
Charity, Vimeris, did you guys hear the invite I made about the orgy tonight?
No, I think the weather's gonna hold for the rest of the day.
Andy,
Wait, what?
what check would I make if I wanted to make sure, see if I felt like Burbage was Burbage?
Was Burbage?
Yeah.
I mean,
He's acting weird.
like an insight check to see if he's acting a certain way, or if this is.
You got
kinda
replaced by
actually
some
how he
horny little
feels, or-
Rakshasa?
Right. A
Yeah.
horny Rakshasa?
A detect.
Yeah.
The Rakshasa's using detect
Yeah.
thoughts, but it's only getting the smut.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like he is
What would that
very
be?
close to just dry humping the air.
Because I feel like that's what's going on.
You can.
Stormbringer's
Yeah,
like,
I mean-
no, I've seen this before. Not exactly this.
Yeah, right.
Something like this.
No, Stormbringer has a personal interest in the idea of someone taking over your body. I totally get it. I mean, insight. Besides just attacking him and seeing if a Rakshasa pops out.
I don't think I
You're
should
not
attack him.
exactly
It's very
sure.
small.
I'm
I guess I'll do insight. I got a 15.
All right. I mean, it feels like it's Burbage. It just while you've always sort of understood Burbage to be wrestling with a very, very particular issue, at least he knew what that issue was. Stormbringer, if you had to guess, maybe now he's wrestling with an issue that he doesn't even know what it is. And that's
Okay.
far worse and weird and dangerous.
All right, I'm getting the sense that you're all not on the same page as me with the orgy, and I just want to be very clear. It's not like I'm, just like chomping at the bit here. I'm not like horny right now. I'm cool as a cucumber. This was all about the whoopsie berries, you know? If we're going to have whoopsie berries, then we might as well plan on, you know, feeling great things together and feeling those things with a kind of clarity and presence that keeps us rooted to the world and to ourselves, right? And having sex could do that, is all I'm saying.
Hey, are there riders up ahead on the hill, you guys? With alcohol?
Okay, so
I'm gonna stop us.
So just as a note, in Japanese baseball stadiums, they actually like have aisle vendors that go around to the seats that have beer on tap in giant backpacks, and that's now what I'm picturing. I'm just picturing a group of them astride horses on top of a hill, offering you beer.
Oh man.
There are several riders up ahead now, cresting the hill in front of all of you.
It's not one fucking thing, it's another.
And they have several carts with them. They do kind of appear to be merchants of some sort. And then they stop as a giant horn blast sort of comes from somewhere in the kind of flat area between you. So you're like lower than them. They're like up taller on the hill. That hill slopes down into kind of a basin right next to you where this road is running beside. And you now see through the trees, all of you, about 8 or 9. At this distance, you can tell that they're now Goliaths riding toward each of you. No weapons drawn or anything, though they're riding very quickly toward you.
Stormbringer is gonna shrink down in her saddle and try to look like she's not a Goliath.
Do I recognize them as the people from the...
It does look like 2 of them, yes. You recognize now their markings on their horses.
Do they seem to be riding, like, hostilely at us? I mean, you said they didn't have weapons drawn, but...
They are galloping toward you.
I will relay the information.
Don't worry.
Do I recognize them?
Do you, like, pull your hood back and get a good look?
No, I'm got my hood up and I'm hunched in my saddle.
That is... Alright, so you are not able to recognize too much, though you did recognize their Goliaths.
Okay.
Do I recognize them from the group that involved the young woman, I believe it was, that called after Stormbringer saying sister?
You do. There are a few of them that look to be the same.
Well, fuck.
This is why I said words are bad. Remember that my name is Snowstorm, and I'm not a Goliath.
No worries, Stormbringer.
What's the engagement protocol for Goliath galloping at me? Is it just full-on fire?
You hear several of them shouting now, and one of them points to the sort of small caravan coming up over the hill, and about 5 riders break off and head in that direction now.
Neat. Are they just thieves?
Do I feel like with my unique Goliath knowledge as a Goliath, they are coming to attack us, or something else?
You don't know a lot of Goliaths to gallop toward travelers to welcome them. But you are not necessarily into this society's like war band culture.
Okay.
Fine. I'm gonna cast Thaumaturgy. And my voice is now echoing, just sort of booming, but is, as always, still soft and polite. What business do you have with us?
The first rider holds up her hand. So her giant dreads kind of falling around her as she skids to a stop herself, and she's shouting now something back to them. Stormbringer, what are your languages?
Common, Giant, and Dwarvish.
All right. So you hear this in Giant. She's shouting back, "Hold! Hold! No, don't! No one advance! I'll go alone." And then she begins to trot up slowly now to the rest of them, as the rest of this group has stayed, though the other 4 or 5 are now sort of coming quickly upon that small caravan at the top of the hill.
Okay. You guys, maybe it's not dangerous. I don't know, but be on your guard.
I was planning to be. I'll maybe canter my horse slightly further out, so I'm just a little ahead of the group.
Okay.
By which I mean 10 feet. Just, obviously I'm the one talking.
You see this Goliath is very large, in hide armor. She has painted on her large red circles on several places on her armor, on the shield that is sort of flapping against the horse. And then the horse itself has sort of large red circles with not filled in, just circles painted on the horse itself. And the horse is large and white. And she trots up to each of you. "We are sorry," she says in common. "We are so sorry. But we are looking for someone."
Who are you looking for?
"Well, that is our business. Would your friend mind removing their hood for a moment?"
It's glued to my head, so I can't.
I'm gonna point at Burbage. The little one played a prank.
Yeah, you know those halflings. Ha ha ha.
Ha ha.
But besides that, who you are looking for may be your business, but how you look at my family is our business.
I can respect that. We are looking for my sister. Her name is Vithi Nola Kulain.
Vimeris is going
Goliath.
to voluntarily flinch.
Okay. She is a Goliath like your friend here. I believe I've seen you on the road before. We were coming from a town west of here.
I'm gonna look around kind of the same way I did when the guy was asking for Burbage Kemp. Yeah, any Stormbringer? Anyone around named Stormbringer?
Who's
No,
Stormbringer?
yeah, but if we see her, we'll...
No, I'm sorry. I'm looking for someone named Vithi. I don't know who Stormbringer is.
Oh, right. Yeah, me neither.
Incidentally, what am I seeing with the ones that they've dispatched towards the caravan? Do they seem to be doing the same thing, or is there now murder happening?
They seem to be looking up there doing the same thing, and now they're kind of slightly roughly checking under hoods and looking through carts and stuff like that. This one comes closer to you, Charity, and now jumps off of the horse, and she's a good 6.5 feet tall. She's quite large. She has several axes at her side, which she sort of lazily keeps one hand on. And she says very quietly to you, "Look, those that are with me are going to take your friend back to the camp. There has been a change in power. And I'm looking for her for slightly different reasons. Maybe if you let me talk to her, I would say that I didn't see her."
I'm gonna relay this back to Stormbringer through message.
Okay, yeah, we can talk.
I'll sort of subtly nod at the one next to me.
She shouts then back to her companions and points to the caravan up there. And now the 4 that were left with her start to ride out of the trees and now onto the road and up the hill toward them. You are now alone with this individual. Vithi, is that you? Is that really you? They could only give me descriptions of what you would be like. And then we've been hearing stories. And your friend seems to have confirmed it. You picked the name Stormbringer. And again, Stormbringer, you don't recognize this person at all.
I don't know.
I'm sorry. I am your sister. We share the same mother.
We share the same mother. Oh.
We shared this same mother.
What happened to... If I was Stormbringer, hypothetically, what happened to my mother?
After you, she rose to power in the camp, in the tribe.
She was already in power, though.
No, she became ruler not only of our clan, but she united clans of these mountains. She was one of the greatest rulers that we've ever known, and recently we've fallen into war again. The new authorities wish for you to return and answer for crimes that you've committed against certain family members.
I don't know what crimes you're talking about, but is my mom dead? If I was Stormbringer?
She looks down at the ground. I'm so sorry. There was nothing I could do. I was away on a hunting mission.
Who killed her? How did she die? Did she die in battle?
She did. There was a coup within the tribe itself, and while she slain one of her attackers, another one got her.
I mean, that's probably how she would have wanted to go. It's, you know how Goliath stuff goes.
Honestly, yes, of course. And it is exactly how she died, I'm sure, with a smile on her face. She's with your father now, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, death's not really a real thing, but yeah.
You are, Vithi.
No.
She smiles wide.
I'm not.
I can't believe I found you. What are the chances?
Yeah. Why were you looking for me?
Look, they want to take you back. I want to offer you a choice. If you wanted to, you could return to the tribe. You have more royal blood in you than I do. You would be a better candidate to fight and take it over, and do what our mother was going to do and unite the tribes. But I want to give you that choice because you obviously have another life here. And she looks at the rest of you. And I've heard already rumblings of what you plan to do, of what you're seeking. Perhaps I can usher you to that path either way.
I mean, I have to stay with these people. They're my family now. I don't have any other family. But how's Dawn Protector doing? And Stormbringer's trying to look all casual about this.
Remind Andy who Dawn Protector is?
Dawn Protector was Stormbringer's girlfriend and closest friend when she left the tribe.
Yes. Oh, well, it's her family that has taken control.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Oh,
She's probably doing good then.
She as well. She's actually looking for you as well, only she went north when I went south.
She was kind of pissed at me. Is she still pissed at me?
I do not think her motivations for finding you are the same as mine. Perhaps.
Oh. Yeah.
Your friends seem lovely.
They are.
She bows low to each of you now.
What's your name?
I'll bow back at her.
Well, they call me Korathai. But I've taken the name of Mountain Splitter.
Awesome.
When did you choose Stormbringer as your name?
Once the storm started coming, I can make storms. Like I thought I could because I trained under that magic guy. And everyone said I wasn't actually magic, but I am. I can make storms. They come when I fight.
I'm going to nod at this. Originally, I thought it was just the swearing, but there's actually storms.
That is what your grandfather could do as well. Would you not consider you would be absolutely the ideal candidate to unite these warring peoples of the mountains?
No. You all aren't my family. I have family here. This is my tribe now. I have to take care of these people. They need me. Do you see how weak they are?
I understand. And honestly, your return absolutely would mean more bloodshed, and certainly we've had enough of that. I had a brother as well who fought alongside our mother. He's gone.
Plus, I mean, I don't really want to have to kill Dawn Protector, so...
Oh, no, I know. Listen, this may sound odd, but you are the only family I have remaining. You are the only royalty that I really want to serve. What is it that I can do to help you? Is it true you are heading to Cliff Mill?
How did you find out about that?
The mayor stiffens.
We've been talking. There was a caravan of a few people that came up from the south who traded with us a bit. And we've been asking around in Wistamere and Malmond, and well, we've met a couple of people that have traveled with you.
Did they speak highly of us?
Well, they respect you.
Good. Charity will shrug. I'll take it.
Listen, if you won't return, let us at least escort you. We are mighty, and my men and women will listen to me. We can take you to Cliffmill.
But aren't your men and women looking...
Just whenever you want to deal with that.
Aren't your men and women looking to, take me back to the tribe and then have me face justice for my crimes, which is really not cool because I already face justice, unless they know about that other stuff, but I don't think they do, so...
Charity's gonna sort of wince.
What other stuff
are
you referring?
I'd recommend skipping it.
No other stuff.
Then, no one understands. They don't know what you look like. You're from Mother herself. She has dreamed. She had dreams about you still. You had forsaken the snows of the mountains for the deserts, and
yeah, it was terrible.
You had met someone very strong. But she could see what you look like, and it was this exact description, but I'm the only one that knows that. I could absolutely tell them that you are just a Goliath that we will need to help, and we will find more information about Vithi as we continue on.
What did Charity's insight roll get?
Yeah, I was going to say, incidentally, I rolled a 17 on insight. I was checking, does she This is sort of largely around her demeanor. Like, does she actually seem well-intentioned to Stormbringer? And particularly, do I trust her? I want to do something for you. I can get you to Cliffmail.
100% you feel that she desires to follow Stormbringer. Now, it feels a little like she might have been hoping she would return to the tribes, but she seems very, very willing to help out in this way too, and that's kind of what you get.
Okay, but she does seem to be genuine in terms of
genuinely she wants to help Stormbringer,
respecting and wanting to be this helpful person. And I'm going to message then back to Stormbringer. While I think she might prefer that you went back with her, I do think we can believe her that she wants to do something to help you, and that she has a high opinion of you.
Are you sure, Mountain Splitter, that none of them would know it was me, and that it would be, like, not risky? Because I don't really want to have to kill tribes people. I mean, but I will.
I understand. I understand the power that you have. That we are lowly warriors, but we could help with food and scouting and anything you need. We know these mountains. We know the way to Cliffmill. We trade with them often. You would have no trouble with them, and if you did, you could kill them, I'm sure. We are not a threat. We are only a help to you.
What do you guys think, family?
Charity's gonna smile. We do wish to get to where we're going as quickly as possible, and if any of them should prove problematic, and at this flames are dancing over his fingertips, they can burn like the rest.
However, if in your heart you feel you need to help your people, and it's something that you must do, I'm with you.
Of course.
I mean, they're not my people. They kicked me out, and my mom is dead, and she was my last family that I knew there, and Dawn Protector is still mad at me. So...
I was going to
I think what we mean to say is that no matter what you want to do, you have our support. We will be always faithful to you.
Burbage.
What?
Are you being sexual again?
No, I'm just saying.
That's very odd, little one.
No, expressing solidarity with Stormbringer and saying that no matter what happens, no matter what you want to do, Stormbringer, we will be always faithful or always loyal to you. That's all.
Yes.
Okay.
I've said it to each of you. I will walk the paths that you need to walk. I will heal you. I will burn our enemies, for we are family.
Yeah, well, if you guys think it's okay, then I guess we can have the Goliaths, escort us to Clefmel, just because it might be nice to have extra.
I'm gonna sort of look at Mountain Splitter.
Yes.
So, just as a idle question,
Aye.
in the whole, uniting the entirety of the mountain tribes under Vithi's reign, what would a timeline on that?
The name, but yes.
What would a timeline on that be?
That happened a few years ago.
No. If we were going to re-establish that, say. Is this a kill one person or kill a couple thousand over the course of 2 years?
Oh, it would be a few months at the very least.
Hey.
We would definitely storm the main camp. We would have to kill the family.
What?
Yeah, I'm not killing Dawn Protector.
Well, her family, she's still out hunting, probably for you. So we could sneak in quickly. We could kill them, and then the arduous task of reuniting everyone is going to take a while, yes. And it's at least a 4-day sort of journey north in the mountains. We're stationed now near Myriad Pass.
I'm gonna sort of message to Vimeris. It seems to me that it is most important that we gain control of this plant as quickly as possible. But if after that we were wanting to use it correctly and or fight against both the fire blight and the spider, I believe you referred to Ponway as, we could do worse than thousands of screaming mini Stormbringers.
Varys is just gonna nod deep.
Would it be possible, Mountain Splitter, for us to complete our errand in Cliff Mill and then return and engage in the entire unification bloodbath?
I suppose it is not necessarily a time-sensitive thing, other than I will grow old and my bones will grow weak eventually.
Wait,
Perhaps
so
I
you
will
believe
have
in death?
children. Oh, of death, of course.
I'm gonna look at Stormbringer.
I was gonna say, and this, really? It wasn't. I just assumed it was cultural.
I think it is cultural. It is. I wrote that into my backstory.
A little bit, yeah. A little bit more of your family specifically.
But
I said the tribe.
anywho,
Okay.
retconning aside,
Why would the tribe kick you out for that? Oh, well, no, not to the extent that you... Yeah, like, they
Right.
understand that when someone dies, they continue on in another sort of form.
It's, I think, like more of a spiritual thing for them.
Yeah, it's not that death isn't a thing. They don't go that far. I would say that they understand the continuation of life.
that life involves
Yes.
death, and thus it is part of a cycle, as opposed to Stormbringer's more literal, no, death does.
That's
Yeah.
how I took that, I guess, yeah.
Incidentally, I also love looking back, the fact that Charity had to freaking argue with a Rakshasa impersonating Stormbringer over what constituted an undead.
That was good.
So, but say if this, the whole bones growing weak, etc., I can't imagine you're anticipating that happening inside the next 2 months.
No, I have a good 15, 20 years left to fight in me.
That's what I'm saying. If it was a quick errand, and then we came back and the bloodshed.
Hey, I think I've said I'm not down for the bloodshed because of Dawn Protector, so I don't really know what you're talking about here, Charity, but
I'm gonna message Cantrip to Stormbringer. I'm just saying that if we're going to be fighting, flame elementals, and Ponway was shifty, what a huge surprise, we could do worse than having, I don't know, how many would all the mountain people be? Hundreds? Thousands? Assuming there's
Okay,
not millions.
Oh, all the
but
mountain
Charity?
people? That would be a few months of work, and
I was messaging.
there would be hundreds upon hundreds of fighters, sure.
I like how...
But
Ah,
Charity, Dawn Protector's already pissed off at me. How pissed do you think she's gonna be if I murder her whole family?
oh, quite pissed off.
Yeah.
Charity's...
So-
All of the pissed off.
Charity's gonna rub his temples again. Okay, there's a familial resemblance there.
Sometimes, though, you can murder somebody's family and it's fine?
Can you?
Never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about.
I also so Andy,
It's
and
a
I'm
strange one.
and I'm gonna say just because I want to. I feel like, I know it was Stormbringer's insight check,
Uh-huh.
but knowing what I know of Burbage's backstory and what he just said there, and the fact that one of Charity's retorts to Burbage in the argument was, "You bear the weight of sins you committed, I bear the weight of every sin I might have committed that I don't know, something just clicked for Charity.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's why he's broken. Deal with that later.
Nice.
In Stormbringer, you do recognize this person. You do see a bit of your mother in her, but she is smaller than normal Goliaths. While she's thick, she's not as muscly. You're wondering exactly who her father might be. There were a few humans in your tribe, and it was sort of looked down on when someone would sleep with them or conceive children with them, but you might wonder if there's a bit of human in her.
Okay.
But just the point I was sort of making was it wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing if we were leading an army.
Okay, but I feel like you're not understanding the whole Dawn Protector's family thing, Charity.
That's fine.
Also, an army would take months to make, but you do theoretically have.
Either way,
Not like there's a ticking clock on anything.
Stormbringer, are you comfortable with them aiding us in arriving at our destination?
Yeah, as long as we can keep under wraps that I'm who they're supposed to be looking for. Can we do that, you guys?
None of them know your name is Stormbringer, and that's the only thing we call you, outside of a brief instance of calling you, what was it, Snow Stormcloud?
Yeah. Do any of them know that my name is Stormbringer Mountain Splitter? Have y'all heard that?
No, that I believe that's a name that you adopted after you left the tribe.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually we pick our own names after we join the war parties.
But
Yeah,
you guys...
but the other Goliaths that you're traveling with, have
Yes.
they had occasion to talk with anybody we've traveled with?
Very few. Hardly any of them speak common at all.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It might, just to be on the safe side, we could use another name for you, Stormbringer.
Could do Stormcloud.
Ooh, what about Snowstorm Cloud? Then they wouldn't understand it at all.
Yeah, that's perfect. You're really smart, Mountain Splitter.
Oh, thank you. You are really smart too.
Yeah, I'm starting to see the familial resemblance.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay, so if we call me Snowstorm Cloud, then
Oh, Snowstorm Cloud. Yeah.
then I think we'll be okay, probably.
Okay, yeah.
But they didn't know your name was Stormbringer.
But just
Yeah,
in
but
case.
just to be safe.
Just give it to them, Charity.
So both of the Goliaths turn to you, and just to be safe, just in case.
It's conversations like these that make me question whether any gods exist, which is odd because I've literally met one!
I thought she was a godlike being. I feel like that's what you kept repeating angrily at Burbage and me.
I feel like some of that got a little fuzzy in the DM's construction of the universe.
Oh, okay.
She might have gotten an upgrade somewhere, that's all I'm saying.
Oh.
What are gods anyway? You know what I'm saying?
No. I don't.
So she whistles really loudly. And the Goliaths that were at the top of the hill now, sort of waiting, they ride down now toward you.
I'll give your people this. That's imposing even if you think they're going to be friendly.
It is. It's quite unnerving. And they get down there, and she starts kind of shouting to them in Giant that they will continue their search for Vithi Nola Kulain, as they are honor bound to take this Goliath to Cliff Mill, because this Goliath had once saved Mountain Splitter's life. And so all of them kind of nod, and she goes over then to another one of the Goliaths who has a lantern on the back of his horse, and they take it off And she comes back over to you with the lantern. And she says softly to you, I wanted to show you this. This is our mother. This is her fire.
That's a lantern.
No, but inside of the lantern is... Do you see the fire inside of the lantern?
Yeah.
That is her fire. And you remember a little bit of this from your culture, that that when someone had their funeral pyre, you could light torches or candles or flames from that, and that was seen to be a continuation of that person to a certain extent. Again, more of the death is not the end of a cycle.
It's cool that you have it. Thank you for showing me.
Obviously, you cannot take it, otherwise they would think that this is yours, but it is customary to introduce every member of the war party, and this is my introduction of this person right here. And then she takes it back to the candle, and then she starts going through the names of each of the people in there, and they're pretty wild names, like River Washer, which translates in giant to something really cool. It just sounds weird in common. Painting Maker, Horseshoe Sniffer. Sorry, I couldn't get that one out. Oh, damn it. Oh, God damn it. I didn't mean to break there. That's fine. Okay. And Horseshoe Sniffer is probably the biggest of them all.
Of course. I think Charity actually said that when being introduced, and to the obviously largest one. This is Horseshoe Sniffer. Of course.
All right. And they, with your new war party, you are now traveling to Cliff Mill at quite a brisk pace. And the people at the top of the hill were merchants if you wanted to buy anything.
Do they have alcohol?
Or they do have quite a lot of alcohol.
Okay, we need enough alcohol for us to all get really drunk to honor Roburn.
I like that we got to precisely the part where we're concealing one of our identities, and now we get drunk.
Okay, first of all, Charity, you shouldn't say that so loudly. Second of all, it's really important to me to honor Roburn.
And it's important to me too, because it's important to you. I just was more cursing these confluences of fate.
Do these merchants have any healing potions?
Oh, they have one, yeah.
I'll buy
It's a
one.
greater healing potion.
Like, please God, someone
for
buy
100
that.
gold pieces.
How much?
100 gold pieces.
I actually can't afford that. Can that come out of the party or something?
I'll do it. I'll take the gold from our big old chest.
Okay, yeah.
The stream is seeing
100.
the stream is seeing me adjust the amount of money in the party chest.
Nice, okay.
Alright. I put it in my inventory, though. But
I have a
obviously
potion of
whoever needs
greater
it.
healing.
Greater healing potion.
How does greater healing work again?
I think it's a D8?
Is it 2d8 plus
2d8
4?
or something? Yeah.
Okay, I couldn't remember if it stepped up like the dice in the multiplier, or if it stepped up the number of dice.
And what
We'll figure it out.
what kind of alcohol do they have?
Oh, they have several different kinds. They have sort of a Bovalian Scotch, which is somewhat pricey, but pretty good. They have a Lopish Liquor Tongue, is what it's called. And then they have several different kinds of ale and that sort of thing from family names.
Does Stormbringer remember what, like, Roburn liked to drink?
Do I?
Yeah, some hard liquor. So
Yeah, oh right, we actually got really trashed together.
you totally did.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy the hardest liquor they have.
Be the Lopish Liquor Tongue.
It's a weird name, but okay.
All right. It's got a big spider on the label.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, that's not cool.
That's what we like.
Fuck you.
And,
Lopish. Seriously, fuck that
and
place.
does anyone want any other alcohol to buy?
Does anyone want any other alcohol? Not like, bandages or...
Nah.
I
I mean, you can buy whatever it's a general store.
I'm assuming that it's basically the standard items. I assume they don't have anything magical outside of the potion.
No.
I will also take one of those greater potions.
Ooh, they only had the one.
Oh, they only had the one? Okay.
If you'd rather have it in your inventory.
No.
that's fine.
Have it. I actually have a heal, so... Okay.
Indeed.
I might buy another set of, heavier traveling clothes from them.
And yes, Burbage. Okay, yeah, some heavier traveling clothes. It is still quite cold. But hopefully you'll start descending the mountains pretty soon. Excellent. Burbage, that's just a gold piece. And about 10, it's about 2 gold pieces for the rest of the alcohol. And then the normal prices are as...
Cool.
You leave that hilltop behind, the memory of the encampment, the traveling merchants. You're now riding with about 10 other Goliaths flanking you on either side. Always hunting, always searching for food and water. These people definitely know all the secret paths to go down. And Stormbringer, you're starting to recollect a lot of your childhood that was sort of hidden from you as you were traveling with these small people. But now that you're riding with Goliaths again, you're starting to recognize all the twists and turns of these mountains. And it's bringing up quite a lot of memories for you. And you are all now on your way to Cliffmill. Beautiful. That concludes tonight's episode of Goats and Dragons. If you enjoyed this and are curious to see where the story goes, please follow us on Twitch, where we are simply Helpful Goat, or subscribe on YouTube at Helpful Goat Gaming. We are a small independent game design firm and could really use the support. If you'd like to know more about us, our streams, our company, or our upcoming projects, you can visit helpfulgoat.com, follow us on Twitter at Helpful Goat, or check out our Facebook page at Helpful Goat. Thank you so much for playing, everyone, and thank you for watching. We immensely appreciate it. From all of us on Goats and Dragons, we wish you an excellent evening. Good night.
No.
Good night.
That's creepy.
Kemper.
Hi.
Amplify.
Kemper.
I like that we managed to talk our way out of that inside the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, that was
Anyway,
amazing.
night, everybody.